Thanks, Trump. Thank you,
And both
Trump.
Republicans and Democrats are both fucking established.
You don't know that.
Yo,
Because it's so fucked up. Like, the fact that you can say the only time the American welfare system literally gave out welfare was during Trump's ad.
was during a fucking Republican administration.
Yeah.
During the pandemic. All these establishment candidates could go to hell. They could suck a dick. Like I would have rather Trump than any establishment candidate. I'm not gonna lie. And I said
Take
this
it
from the
back.
jump. No,
One
Like-
from the Bronx.
No,
Like-
I'm gonna give the ultimate disrespect comment right here is that young people don't vote, so young people
Yes,
opinions
they
don't matter.
fucking do, dude.
No, they don't.
Yes,
No, they don't. No, they only go out for federal elections. Go to your
Louis.
fucking local elections and figure out how many people vote. Nobody shows up. Because if they did, Bernie Sanders would have won. That is my honest
That's
opinion.
not
Bernie Sanders would have
true.
a
That's
million
not
percent
true.
won if people
That's
fucking
not
got
true.
off their stupid,
Louis.
lazy asses and
Louis.
went to vote.
no. Actually,
That's
to
not
be
true.
fair, to be fair, the way Bernie lost is that the Democrats were throwing Bernie under the bus, knowing damn well we have two non-establishment candidates that are running strong that year, and these fucking idiots decided to throw him under the bus twice. Bernie Sanders would have won if the Democrats sided with him, and he never did. They never did.
Louis, even
But
if you
Bernie's
vote, Louis,
Bernie's
hold on,
gamble
wait,
was that-
wait. Let me explain how this works. The DNC chooses who the president is. You are okay. So when you're voting for the DNC or the RNs. You're not voting for Bernie. You're not voting for Hillary. You're not voting for Trump. You're not voting for them. You're voting for the DNC and the RNs. If the DNC does not want to put Bernie in presidency, they don't have to.
Yes.
So even if Bernie won, he wouldn't get elected because it'd be the DNC you're voting for, not Bernie. And so they could just swap out Bernie for whoever fucking chess piece they want to put in.
And as
That's
much
how
as
that
it is a write-in, like people don't really do write-ins. They look at what they see in front of them and they vote on whatever's on paper.
A write-in
When-
would never
when-
win.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Even though it's a slight inconvenience, that slight inconvenience is what makes all the difference. That's why candidates that are already on the paper are the ones that are most likely to get elected.
You can
I'm
have.
not talking
a-
about that. I'm talking about the primaries, and he was still running. The problem is that his gamble and his vote is that he was going to mobilize a new voter base that has never been seen before in this country, and he just didn't mobilize enough of it, and that's why he couldn't win the primary.
Louis, there are more people voting than fucking ever. It's not
And
the voting.
still not enough. And it's
not
still
the
not
voting
enough.
issue. It's fucking rigged, Louis. Like it's rigged from the fucking top down. Like
But
you can look- you can
even
fucking
if
look-
Bernie didn't win, there's still the other problem that people don't vote on their local elections when it most matters, where you have the most power. Where
Louis,
and like for me, it's not gonna matter. Like it literally doesn't matter. I could go fucking shit my pants and fucking go jerk off during the election. Nobody's not gonna vote Democrat. It literally doesn't matter. But where places where it does matter, places where people have an opportunity to make a change, they don't do it. They don't go out and vote. Fucking the reason we don't have enough senators right now is because people didn't go out and vote. People don't give a shit about the local elections. People don't care about anything that happens locally. Everybody wants to do everything in the big picture. I'll picture.
okay, let me stop you there because the state. Let's say you're right and you need more like presence, more blue presence, right? How come California or New York are shit? Even though it's blue control, even though Republicans have almost no, I don't know about New York, but at least California. How come Republicans have no domain in California, and Democrats have all the fucking rule that they want to do, and there are still fucking homeless problems. There's still a fucking housing crisis. There's still all these fucking problems, even though there is no Republicans pushing back. Why? What's stopping them? Themselves. Themselves.
I'm gonna
themselves.
be honest. Is that this is the problem? Is that you solve these problems? Yeah, you need the capital value to do it. You raise taxes. Who wants to
Louis,
raise
taxes in California are insane. Louis, taxes in California are insane.
And you
And
still
in New
need
York.
more money. And you still need more money. And you
Louis,
still need
I
more money.
really
they
want to know
haven't-
where that
they
money's
have-
really going.
Louis. It's a very big problem from the top down It's not our fault. You can't fucking blame the people for this.
That's
The
what they
problem
want
with
us
the-
to do.
Exactly. It's a fucking problem with the government. You can't fucking say it's not, because you can go look at this. It's fucking wide open out there. The Democrats say one thing and do a different thing. They can say all they fucking want. They want to help the people, but they don't help the people. So
how do you
until they
change
start,
these policies? Like,
Louis,
this is my
they
thing.
do.
This is my thing.
Louis, I'm not
You
talking
vote
about
in
all
the people. If they fucking fuck you over, you vote them out next year. But what don't you do? Vote them out next year. Why? 'Cause
Louis,
nobody
you
fucking
can't
wants
do
to
that.
vote.
You gotta calm down.
Louis, that's not
Oh,
how that
fuck outta here.
works.
Fuck
That's
outta
not how
here.
that works. It's
Fuck outta
across
here.
the board. You fucking go vote him out, then another chess piece is gonna be fucking put back in. Like, any candidate in the DNC is the issue because they're ran by the DNC. They're not. This isn't a conspiracy. This is like a fucking real thing. The DNC's a company, and they fucking have policies across the board, and they stop them. The fucking senators, the House Republicans, or the House representatives, and all of that from doing what they should be doing for what the DNC wants as a whole. This is a really complicated subject, and it's not the fucking people's fault. Because no matter, even if we voted for Bernie, Bernie wouldn't have gotten in. Even if we had the majority vote for Bernie, Bernie wouldn't have gotten elected. That's how that works. Because even if the popular vote for Bernie won, you still have to have the fucking electoral college, or fucking even on smaller scales, like the fucking your local fucking house representatives and fucking all of that. Like, there's an issue with how our government is, and that's it. And we can fucking vote all we want, but it's really not gonna help.
Just give up.
No, I'm not.
And
I'm not saying to give up. I
But
never
this-
said
and,
that
and
at all.
my
our last election actually had the largest voter turnout in the last like 50 years.
He's
Like it's
But he's talking
the
about-
problem is
But
that
that doesn't matter.
it's like,
Look,
yo,
look,
but
that
these
vote
problems
doesn't
are deep. These problems are much more deeply rooted than just blaming people for it. And the thing is, you're so adamant about blaming others when you're refusing to see that our system is fucking rigged from the start.
I refuse to believe that people just understand the power they have. When I look at the voter turnout from the last election, literally a couple months ago, and it's like, oh, 20% of the population showed up. Guess nobody cares.
Where do you
I
get
guess
20%?
nobody fucking cares. At least for New York, like it's fucking disgusting.
well because of a point that you.
Yes.
It's because of a
Okay.
point that you brought up earlier, Louis. That if you know that a place is going to end up democratic, like it usually is, you're not a battle state, then people don't go out and vote because they don't need to.
That's why
Right.
people like my fucking local congressman fucking Republicans is still in place. Fuck this nigga, most corrupt nigga I've ever met in my life, and he's still
The most young active voter turnout activity that we've seen in the last like 5 or like 2 election cycles, I should say, is recently in Republican states where younger voters are turning out in their local governments to vote in harder voter restriction laws, so that way the next time the cycle comes around, the people that Louis is referencing to that don't go out and vote as young people, it'll be even harder for them to go out and vote as younger people, or people that don't have the proper documentation or whatever the fuck like racist ass shit they decide to employ.
And that stems
that-
back to
yeah.
fucking the fucking like it's coming from the top down, like the fucking
Exactly.
amount of corruption.
Louis has a good point that like Louis' overall point that people don't vote is statistically correct. However, there are more people voting, both in the general elections and smaller and local. However, it's really not for good reasons. It's like all voter restriction stuff right now, so it's kind of weird.
honestly, in my opinion, it should be illegal not to vote.
But at the same time, it is deep seated. There's
What?
lots of different like
Yeah, like
No, that's wrong.
Yeah,
Look,
that's
I
wrong.
think-
That's an
I thought-
impede.